People often say that every action begins with a thought. I never really understood what that meant until now. Sometimes, all it takes is one conversation, one suggestion, one idea. And before you know it, that single thought keeps returning to your mind over and over again. The strange thing is that good thoughts usually require effort to hold on to. The strange thing is that good thoughts usually require effort to hold on to. But the wrong ones, they seem to stay without invitation. Ever since my roommates brought up the issue of having a boyfriend, I had found myself thinking about it far more than I wanted to admit. Not because I wanted one. At least, that was what I kept telling myself. But because the thought had been planted. And every time they mentioned it, it was as though someone watered the seed a little more. I was beginning to understand something frightening. Shape doesn't always begin by asking you to commit a major sin. Sometimes, he simply whispers an idea and patiently waits for it to grow. The semester continued as usual. Lectures, assignments, tests, presentations, everything was moving normally. I honestly thought that once academic activities became busier, my roommates would stop talking about relationships. I was wrong. Every now and then, one of them would bring it up. Azeeka, you're too young to be this serious. You need to enjoy university. University memories are sweeter when you have someone. Sometimes, I laughed it off. Sometimes I simply changed the topic. Other times, I pretended not to hear them. But no matter how many times I ignored the conversation, the words remained in my mind long after they had forgotten about them. One Saturday afternoon, I was using my phone when Hannah suddenly sat beside me. Azeeka. Do you remember what I told you the other day? I looked at her, confused. What exactly? She smiled. My brother. I laughed. I thought you were joking. I'm not. I stopped pressing my phone. She continued calmly. My brother graduated a few years ago. He's working in Abuja now. He's responsible, respectful, and very caring. Double quotes. I didn't know what to say. She smiled again. If you're interested, I can give him your number. You people can get to know each other first. My heart skipped a beat. Everything suddenly felt serious. I forced a small smile. Hannah, I've never really thought about things like that. That's why I'm telling you to think about it. She stood up before adding, there's no pressure. When you're ready, let me know. Then she walked away. I remained where I was, staring at the phone in my hands. So, she wasn't joking after all. That conversation stayed with me for the rest of the day. Part of me wanted to speak to Salma about it. She was the first person that came to my mind. Knew she would advise me sincerely. I even picked up my phone several times to message her. But each time, I stopped. Another voice inside me whispered, don't tell her. She'll think you're weak. She'll judge you. She'll start looking at you differently. Handle it yourself. I put my phone down. Looking back now, I realized that was one of the biggest mistakes I made. One of Shaitan's tricks is not always making us do wrong immediately. Sometimes, he first isolates us. He convinces us to keep our struggles to ourselves. He makes us believe that asking for help is embarrassing. Yet, many times, the right advice from the right person can stop a mistake before it happens. Instead of seeking help, I chose silence. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, I noticed something else changing. Not around me, within me. Before then, I hardly paid attention to people. I was the type of person who walked from the hostel to class without noticing who was holding hands with whom. I minded my own business. If two people were talking under a tree, I simply walked past. If a couple sat together in the cafeteria, I barely noticed. But now, it was as if my eyes had been opened to something that had always been there. Everywhere I looked, I noticed couples. Outside lecture theaters. At the school garden. Walking together after classes. Sharing food in the cafeteria. Studying together under trees. I began noticing things I had ignored before. Sometimes, I caught myself wondering, maybe they're happy. Other times, maybe I'm being too hard on myself. The thoughts frightened me. Not because I believed them, but because I had started entertaining them. And I knew that was dangerous. One evening, after Maghrib, sat alone by my window watching students walk past the hostel. Some were laughing. Some were chatting with friends. Some walked in pairs. Without realizing it, I found myself comparing my life with theirs. Almost immediately, I sought Allah's forgiveness. Astaghfirullah. What is happening to me? This wasn't how I used to think. That night, I opened my Quran. But instead of reading, I found myself staring at the pages. My mind was elsewhere. I closed it gently and made a long dua. Ya Allah, protect my heart. Don't let my desires become stronger than my obedience to you. If what people are calling enjoyment will distance me from you, then don't let my heart become attached to it. Grant me friends who remind me of you, and not those who make me forget you. As I lay in bed that night, one realization became painfully clear. The mistake wasn't that someone suggested I should get a boyfriend. People will always have opinions. The real mistake was allowing the suggestion to live rent-free in my mind. Because once a thought is entertained repeatedly, it slowly becomes a desire. And if a desire is left unchecked, it can eventually become an action. That was the lesson I learned. Every sin has a beginning. And sometimes, its beginning is nothing more than a single thought we refuse to let go of.